Good morning, peoples. Sean here, the Detroit Diz, and welcome. It is a marvelous Monday here in Detroit. It is almost 50 degrees here this morning, very crispy. It looks like fall time on some of the trees on the drive today. But let's just not say it's fall time because we have 8 more days of summer officially. Fall does not start until September the 20th or so. And I did have my very first hot piping beverage, caffeinated beverage from Starbucks, full of those flavors of pumpkin spice. I know there's a lot of people who really despise pumpkin spice, but that was some good stuff. So I haven't really indulged into what's been happening at Disney World this weekend. I'm a slacker. I guess I belong on, the principal from Back to the Future would call me a slacker. Me and McFly, we're both slackers. Biff too. Because we're slacking here. So let's talk about the Detroit Lions. I like talking about a little bit about sports every morning. The Tigers played the White Sox. I think they split. I can't remember if they won last night. I wasn't paying attention. I do know they lost 1 to the Chicago White Sox. They're still like 8 to 9 games ahead of the second place team. And their record is second in the American League. There are some teams in the National League who their record, they have more wins. But I guess one of the things is if the first 2 place teams, let's rephrase this. The top 2 teams with the best records have playoff byes in the American League. And same thing goes for the National League. So if your team was doing spectacular, that means that and your record was one of the top 2 in that league, you get a playoff bye. So that's something to work for when you are playing baseball for a Major League Baseball team. Anyhow, so the Lions, on the other hand, complete losers this first game. I wasn't expecting anything more than a loss. The Lions, I don't know, they're trying to find themselves again. Hutchinson is back. And everybody thought, oh yeah, Hutchinson, he's the only guy on the football team. He's going to carry us all. Wrong-o. A team is a team. There's no I's in team. And the Detroit Lions lost 3 games in the preseason. I know people are like, oh, yeah, it's the preseason, you know? It's the preseason. It doesn't matter what the preseason record is. You would at least want to try to win some of the preseason games. I don't know. But that's when you don't start your starters in preseason. But now we are regular season, and all I can say is I hope, our chances of being something in 0 is basically gone. Doesn't mean we're not going to be able to win and go to the Super Bowl. It just means that we do not have an unblemished season like we did last year. That's all that means. And I'm not going to count the Lions out, because I know the Lions are going to be able to, come back and play well, but just not. It's going to. We'll see what happens. They need to get their act together, get their groove back. Whatever it is they have to do, they're going to have to do. That is the Detroit Lions. That's my recap of their game. But look, Green Bay won their opener at home. in Lambeau Field. So, hey. So, anyways, I don't know if you're liking this ASMR. Got the window open a little bit. You can hear the sounds of the road, the wind, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how loud it is or loud it is not. Or just leave it open a smidge. It's like this open. For those of you who are taking your kiddos, your children back to school, hopefully everything is safe drives for you. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you've been having a great commute. I don't miss the driving. I do miss somewhat the conversation and the shared time driving my child to work. To school and then going to work. I do miss that quite a bit. But look, my child is older than 20. She's 21 now, so yeah, a little past that point. So what else is happening? Let's see here. We went to our city had a battle of the bands where multiple bands played in different locations throughout the park. The name of the thing is called Trail Tunes. It's been happening. It happened for this the 5th year in a row, I believe. 4th or 5th Trail Tunes. I don't remember how many there've been, but the event, right, was a great success, and I have friends that play in these some of the bands, and they did fantabulously well. But I'm looking forward to some other events in other cities too. There's my goal this year, and something I'm going to be doing this year that I did not do in the past years, but have thought about doing it, is that I plan on doing what I call a taste review or a comparison review on some of the local apple cider mills, not the orchards, but the cider mills. So I want to go to we have a few. We have the Franklin Cider Mill in Franklin, Michigan, which is really close. We have the one called Blake's. We have one called Yates, Blake's and Yates, and then we have some other ones. And so I'm going to try to get around a few of them in the next couple of months. We'll see how that goes. I'm not a fan of bees, or chasing down for your sugary ciders, but they need food too. They're small creatures that need food. So that's something we're going to do. I do need to. There's some other things in the plan. We got to make a visit to the Detroit Zoo carousel. We haven't gone there in a while, and plan on going back here sometime soon, probably in the next week or so. And maybe next weekend, maybe next Sunday, we'll make a zoo trip. We'll see what's happening. Maybe next Sunday, maybe the next week after that, we'll make the fall zoo trip and record it. We need to get an update of what's been happening. The Detroit Zoo, on the one side, that is the southern side of the zoo, nearest the parking lot where the train rides by. That section of the zoo is under construction. to build a trail, which is going to have it's going to be an interactive trail that kids can do a lot of things, and they're going to have some interactive environments for the children and for adults too, and it's going to be really nice. And as a donor of the park to the zoo, because I donate to the zoo, I can't wait to see the reactions and can't wait to see how everything looks. Wow, that moon and that sky, I don't know if you can see it, it's by that tower to the left. But it is humongously huge. It looks huge. The moon is probably relatively big when in comparison. You know, we look at things in the sky and they look big or they look, you know, small or whatever. But I wonder how, you know, like sometimes the moon is really small and sometimes it's really big. I wonder how it gets that optical illusion in the sky that it's so big and huge versus being small. I don't know. That's a good question. And so it's out there. We're driving, so we're not going to be panning in and zooming right now at all. That's not part of the, come on, guys. It's not part of the things that we're doing. We could have went, but I decided not to go right there. I like to be safe. I take my time usually driving the road. I don't know. Anyhow, one of those moons pretty soon can be called I guess maybe a harvest moon. That is a thing. Maybe that already happened. I don't know. There's a new moon every month. Ba-dum-bum. You know. So they've been paving the road next to my work, and cannot wait till they're done. It's going to be like November-ish, but the road will be brand new, and it will be very drivable, and the bumps in that section of the road will no longer be there. I am so excited, but it's taking forever to happen. They did not blacktop it. They have decided to re-cement it all. That way that it will be good for the next 15 years or more. They need to do the same thing on this little other portion of the road that I'm about to get on. But the dealio with that road is that I think that it's so busy that blacktopping may become a thing for this road too. I think that's going to be, I don't think they're going to make it so you can't drive here. There's no way out. I mean, they could do it. I'm not saying they can't, they won't do it, but I don't know. I don't know. If you were to, this road has no easy way out. I guess you would, man, it would be really crazy for people on their homes on one side or the other. Where would they park? Because they don't have parking on the street here. And I think that would be absolutely crazy. Anyhow, we may make an extra video today in the afternoon and upload it, because by that time we would have some news stories to talk about or something to strike up a conversation about, because we will have a full day of conversation, excitement, and whatnot. Anyhow, I ask this of you right quick to subscribe to the channel and help us meet our goal, get to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. That's really important. I asked that out of every video. Forgot to ask it earlier, but yeah, it's another great day in the day, you know. Anyways, so smash the subscribe button, shall you? And it really helps us out. We appreciate all of our subscribers. You guys are completely the best. We appreciate every single one of you. So let's do let's say one more thing that I'm pretty excited. Fall is almost here. I like the lower temperatures. I do like 90 degrees too. The hot weather this year was okay. It wasn't unbearable always. And it was pretty hot for a long time. It was a lot of 90-degree weather. But there was a lot of golfing that occurred this year, so I love golf. I love golf. Yes, I do. I